her season average of 261. She's lighting it up.
Nice looking swing there as well by Kaylee Downs, 6'2" sophomore from Temecula, California. Made 9 starts as a true freshman last year. The numbers versus UCLA last night, a little anemic for Utah Valley, as you'd expect. UCLA is once again huge. They are skilled, and of course Hawaii has a scheduled showdown with the Bruins tomorrow night. A touch over there by Aijidi. Right side, it's Downs. Her touch, diving save there by McKenna Ross. Sent across by Helvig. Here come the Wolverines. Tarafiti lays into it.
She's starting to warm up now. Enough of the tips and the roll shot. She's just bringing out the heavy armor.
3-time All-State selection at Pleasant Grove High School. Has family connections to BYU, and so it was a bit of a coup, I think, for Sam Atoa to be able to lure her to Orem, Utah, as opposed to Provo. Wolverines on the attack. Niutupuivaha hit it into the twine that time. Maybe the right idea there. The execution just not on the level, and so Hawaii back up a half dozen.
Yeah, I asked Coach Atoa about his guess of getting Tarafiti and Christensen. He said, yeah, we're proud of the recruiting job we did on them, because it's really tough to recruit against big BYU, the big blue and white.
Tarafiti, good dig there by Helvig. Played off the net by Yosia, two-handed across by Ross. Wolverines on the attack, right side, it's Downs. Tried to go line, missed it wide. And maybe a little bit of that looming block making an impact there and altering that shot, so to speak.
It was definitely a block avoidance shot, for sure.
As you see, Kristen Allred, 6'2" junior from Mapleton, Utah, out on the floor. Middle set, Niutupuivaha, the touch shot sniffed out there by Van Sickle. Aijidi in the middle. Wolverines play it back. Tarafiti, the dink. And that one touched the Terraflex. Good effort by Van Sickle, but she came up empty.
I'm surprised that Tarafiti's pulling out the roll shots as much as she is. She's sensing, I think, that Hawaii's playing a wide perimeter, deep defense, and she's going to draw them in for sure.
Tarafiti with 5 kills, hitting .571, and that's going to help the Utah Valley cause, as that one tickled the tape and fell down for an ace for Jasmine Niutupuivaha. Helped lead Kahuku to 3 state tournament appearances in her prep days. Almost went back-to-back on the aces there, but it will be returned. Big advantage here for the Wolverines. Tarafiti trying to touch it deep and just put a little too much mustard on it.
She had only one blocker up. I'm not sure why she tipped that ball. A big hammer cross court, I think, would have resulted in a kill.
So Hawaii up 19-13 here in the first. What do you make of what we're seeing from the Rainbow Wahine here so far to start this match?
Well, first of all, refreshing to see a better start. Just any kind of fresh start with more enthusiasm and getting more points on the board than the other team.
Well, Tarafiti tried to rear back a little bit more on that one, but Sky Williams right next to Riley Wagner said, and a timeout taken by the Wolverines. Big block party at the stand. Welcome back. Come visit our new Spectrum store at Ala Moana, located at street level near Shirakia. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 9, Sundays, 10 to 7. Hope to see you there soon. Hawaii up 7 here out of the timeout. Set number 1, much more positive start for the Rainbow Wahine as opposed to how things got going against West Virginia last night. Bailey Choi with the serve. Right side set goes to Kaylee Downs. She's blocked back. Now cross-court bump set. Tarafiti, the roll shot. Two-handed in the air by Choi. So the bump set by Williams to Van Sickle. Getting that one up was Wardle. Tarafiti off one leg. Makes it work. Plugs it through that double block.
She has so many shots. I didn't see that one in practice the other day, but I didn't see that shot last night either. It's almost like a step-out maneuver she's doing, taking off on one leg like she's doing a basketball layup.
Here's the middle set to Williams. Popped up in the air by the libero Merrill. Tarafiti will get a swing out of it, but she's blocked and roofed. Wagner next to Williams.
I'm so impressed with how Angelica Yukvist has this team blocking. There's just, the block is so well formed. Rarely is there a hole or seam in the block.
Slide, big swing by Sadie Hampson, but she sends it long, and Hawaii up 8. Some significant breathing room here for the Rainbow Wahine in this first stanza.
Well, there's this many blocks this early on. The hitters are starting to have that block in their head, and they're hitting those avoidance attacks.
Tarafiti, that's dug up by Helvig, but out of play. And so Tarafiti most certainly the most prolific and most effective hitter so far here for the Wolverines. That's kill number 7.
Now she goes to the back row, but guess what? They'll set her in the back row, too.
That's right. They'll set her before she even enters the arena.
Nice pass by Helvig.
Allows Williams to get the set in the middle, but couldn't put it down. Outside, that's Christensen. Good save by Helvig. Choi with choices goes to Ross on the outside. The dig there by Merrill. Right side, the cross-court swing by Childs. The up by Choi. Bump set, Wagner to Van Sickle. The dink. Good anticipation there by Childs. Two-handed over by Tarafiti. So Hawaii on the attack. Right side, Van Sickle the swing through the fingertips of the block. Right there is Merrill again. Now Christensen down the line and in. A long rally. Snagged that time by Utah Valley.
Nice patience by Utah Valley that time. Waiting for the right set at the right time. Christensen take a good swing. A couple kills a set, but only hitting 100.
Gets Utah Valley back to flatlining it. They were in negative numbers. Brooke Van Sickle continues to roll. That's her second kill, coming off of that 14-kill performance an evening ago, and Hawaii creeping closer here in set 1.
What an all-around show she put on last night. Every skill in the game, she was pretty much perfect.
And you called it too. You called her the MVP of the game, the player of the game, and we were still like in set 2. Here's Helvig, tried to blast it through the hands of the block. From off the net, Christensen will roll it. Choi there with the dig. Bump set goes to McKenna Ross. Rossi is blocked. Middle set, Williams pats it over. Pinballed around and returned. Free chance here for the Bows. Choi, right side, Helvig, blocked and roofed. Good combination there by Hampson and Christensen.
That was a solid block by Hampson. And Christensen was forehands across, good penetration. Get their first block of the night.
First hitting error of the evening as well for Hannah Helvig. McKenna Ross touched it to that deep side. Good little ping pong battle at the net. Then Christensen hammers it off the block and out. Hustle plays on both sides of the twine. It's a 4-1 run here. Wolverines showing some life. Largest lead for the Rainbow Wahine was 8. Van Sickle forces the overpass. And that's placed down by Christensen. And so Robin Amo, up 4 here, sitting on the number 23, signals for a timeout. Well, we were lauding this team's more positive start here to this point, but now we're starting to see a little bit of the leaking of the oil again.
A little sputtering going on right now. First thing Robin Amo did when the players came over to the huddle was held her arms out in a passing formation, showed them what a good platform should look like, because she wants them to make a good first contact. That's what's got them in trouble the last couple points.
Let's take a look at tonight's Jack Fact while we have a little break in the action. And the Jack Fact battling the Beehive State. Hawaii is a combined 76-17 versus teams from the state of Utah. You see the record against BYU, Utah, Utah State, Utah Valley, and Weber State. This is the 3rd all-time meeting. Last meeting was in 2016 in this tournament. Hawaii winning that one by way of a sweep. Let's send it over to Ryan.
Hey, thanks, Kunal. Well, Coach Atua right now talking to his team specifically about trying to continue to connect with the middles. He said, our middles may be undersized, but we are feisty when it goes up against Hawaii's middle blockers. So he wants to continue to run those middle attackers and really exploit Hawaii's middles. He's also saying we have to do a better job of handling the free balls. He's saying that Hawaii is giving us a lot of free ball opportunities. We have to be aggressive and continue to swing hard. It's all our side of the net. We have to be much more aggressive. Back over to you guys.
This little burst by Utah Valley may be as important, if not more important, looking ahead to set number 2, as opposed to even what is transpiring here in set number 1.
Exactly. They're gaining momentum right now, and he did tell us before the game, he said, we're going to try to set the middle as much as we can to take some heat off Tarafiti.
Merrill with the serve. Again, Van Sickle could not put the pass on the money, and it results in a free opportunity for the Wolverines. Right side, that's Childs. Gets it down, and immediately Robin Amo looks to Rika Okino, the libero, to take the floor.
Let's see if they serve Okino because she's cold coming off the bench. Will they serve her?
Getting a little close for comfort here.
He did serve her. She put up a pretty good pass.
And Helvig able to rip it off the hands and down. How about that? Rika Okino sitting on the sideline, gets the number called. Immediately the serve comes her way, and she sticks the pass.
Yeah, that was a great clutch play by Rika. Kalani graduate.
That's the kind
highest GPA in the team, I think. I think I read that somewhere. Like 3.8 or something. Like
civil engineering major.
Similar to your GPA, I know.
Aloha ball here in the first for Hawaii. Williams, make that Igiti got a piece of that ball on the Utah Valley side, and then McKenna Ross able to rip it off the block and down. So Utah Valley made it much more interesting than it initially appeared. Hawaii, though, able to finish the deal in set number 1. They strike first here on night 2 of the Outrigger Rainbow Wahine Volleyball Challenge.
This presentation of Rainbow Wahine Volleyball is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
As expected, Kadna Tarafiti, the go-to target offensively for Utah Valley, and she obliged in set 1, C-Mac.
7 kills. Got dug or made 4 errors by getting blocked by Hawaii. Hannah Helvig, 5 kills, 1 error, hitting .444. She's off to a really quick start, hitting high and hard.
And in the end, it's Hawaii taking set 1, 25-20. So a much better start for the home team than what we saw against West Virginia. But we did see a sign of life from Utah Valley down the home stretch of that first frame. We'll see if they can build off of that here as we head into the second set.
Looks like Robin Amo is going to go with the same lineup.
Well, let's check out the First Hawaiian Bank top 3, shall we? Hawaii single season blocks. That is per set. Heather Bowen in 1999 is top of the stack. You have Angelica Ljungqvist, associate coach at the number 3 position. And of course, the late and tremendous Cecilia Goods Fernandez, as she came to be known, who passed away last year after a long and arduous bout with lung cancer. Certainly want to once again send our best out to her family, but she will live on her legacy certainly on this campus as one of the great middles for the Rainbow Wahine volleyball program. Will be long remembered.
Well, for sure, those are 3 amazing people, amazing blockers, amazing athletes. I'm glad we had that for First Hawaiian top 3, because it couldn't be more appropriate on a year where Hawaii's block is so important. First set, Hawaii with 4 blocks already. You know, last year at the same time they'd have like a block and a half about now. Now they're disappointed they don't have at least 3 or 4 blocks in each set.
And it has become in many ways a great equalizer for Hawaii. It has cleaned up, or at least covered up, some other deficiencies, at least at times, and stretches throughout some of these early season matches.
Exactly. It's covered up a little bit of their youth. It's covering up the absence of a girl like Jolie Rasmussen, who's not with us tonight, but she's rehabbing.
High and away, set goes to Tarafiti, dug up by Yosia. So bump set goes to Helvig from off the net, tried to roll it over the block. Wolverines go to the middle. That's Hampson with the swing blocked back. Tarafiti again, the dink. Touched up by Igiti. Flat-footed, Wagner slaps it over. Utah Valley goes right side this time. That's Downs, good up there by Wagner. The big swing by McKenna Ross results in the first point of set 2.
Well, I like the way Riley Wagner played during that rally. She had a great bump set, you know, right there at the beginning of the rally, and at the end of the rally, She ends up making that terrific dig to keep the rally alive, and of course Ross does what only Ross can do. Hits it hard and high.
And serve there by Noreen Yosia. Tarafiti with the large arm swing, dug up on two knees by Van Sickle, and then punched over. So Wolverines on the attack. Merrill bump sets Tarafiti, tried to go over the double block, dug up over the net by Wagner, and then pumped down by Sadie Hampson, the 6-foot sophomore from Poway, California.
You know, Sadie Hampson could have her own backyard volleyball, you know. Are you aware of that? 6 siblings. They could have a substitute. They could have a libero.
That's right. Igidi in the middle, blocked back. Good anticipation there by Niu Tupuivaha and company. And then the dig there by Wardle. Another swing for Tarafiti, tried to go line, missed it wide. Tried to sell the call a little bit, but to no avail. And Hawaii gets the point. Well, we said she was going to get a lot of opportunities, and already Tarafiti with 18 attempts. Here's Okino with the serve. Right side, it's Downs. The block was up. And then Igidi, the free swing, drops the hammer.
Coach Rapamo did not go with a whole lot of changes. I think that was reward to the team that played well this first set. So, you know, in the other sets where they dropped the first set, she was immediately going to the bench looking for energy.
Oh, that was heavy-handed. Tarafiti had 10 kills, 3 blocks, hit 138 last night against UCLA. By the way, if you're wondering, the Bruins pulling off another sweep against West Virginia here earlier this evening. And they took down the Mountaineers in that first set 25-9. It was much closer. Credit West Virginia in the third. It went 27-25 there, but the Bruins look awfully good here, C-Mac, in 2019.
After getting blasted by Texas and Baylor in the first 2 matches of the year, they're looking awfully good. You know, they had an injury to their top setter, the 3rd point of the year, so they've been scrambling to have run the 6-2 system with 2 setters now.
Van Sickle bump sets Rossi. And it is punched back over, so Hawaii, once again, offensive, goes to Igidi. Remember, Igidi had a season-high 14 kills last night as well, half dozen blocks, hit a fat 458.
One of the things that Robin Amo said about the connection between Yosia and Igidi, she said it's gotten better and better every night.
Yeah, it's been cool to see as Helvig goes into the twine. The relationship blossoming between each setter and their associate middle, if you will, right? Whether it's Westerberg out there or Williams and Choi, and in this case, Yosia and Igidi. Case in point, Igidi goes slide off the block for another Rainbow Wahine point.
Nice to see her become a little more versatile, not just hit balls in front of the setter, but have that behind the setter move.
Igidi out, Williams in, Yosia as well to the bench, and Bailey Choi taking over in the back row at the setter position. 6 serving 3 here in set number 2. Bump set goes outside to Christensen. It's blocked back. The diving save, Tarafiti, to keep it going. Wagner now with the swing, tried to go line. Just a little too wide a fan there. And the point for the Mountaineers, or for the Wolverines, I should say. Tupuivaha with the serve. Choi did everything she could just to not let that hit the Terraflex. Free ball opportunity here for the Wolverines. They go middle, that's Hampson. And that caught a piece of one of the Rainbow Wahine. And so a point for Utah Valley. They're right back in the mix here, down just a point.
Hampson looking sharp in the middle right now.
Outside, Van Sickle, she tried to take line. She missed it wide. And we are tied here in set number 2 after a 3-0 Wolverine run.
Once again, these are the self-inflicted wounds that Robin Amo does not want to see.
Choi was high and away to Van Sickle, pounds it off of the hands. Utah Valley the other way. The touch shot by Hampson is blocked back, denied by Sky Williams.
See, she'd rather have her hitters keep the ball in play because the block is so good right now. She says, okay, even if you just hit one high off the hands, they try to run a transition play, we have a pretty good chance of blocking for the point as opposed to having a kill for the point.
Already the 4th block for Sky Williams. Christensen able to lay into that one. Utah Valley putting up a strong fight here in the second set.
Nice bump set, ball spinning in the right direction. Easy for a hitter to put even more top spin on it.
A good chase down there by the setter Jasa Funk Stratton, a transfer from Utah State originally. As Williams punches it long, and Utah Valley leapfrogs ahead here in the second.
It's set by Choi, a rare bad location, a little low for what Sky Williams likes.
Crowd getting a little antsy. Choi has to chase down. The set goes outside to Ross, and she sends it long. And so the hitting error is starting to pile up. Hawaii trailing by 2, and another look of frustration.
Hawaii with 7 hitting errors right now. Utah Valley with 15 hitting errors.
Helvig from the back row. Dug up there by Tadafiti. She'll get the high ball set from the back row. Block got a piece, so Wagner bump sets Van Sickle. And she tools the block. Although the Utah Valley players want to say that that was in, and so I think we may see a challenge here from Samatoa. They were adamantly requesting for their head coach to challenge that in-out call, and he promptly grabs the challenge card and informs Ernie Ho that he indeed wants to take another look at that thing. A 6-1 run for Utah Valley as it currently stands. But we'll see what Ernie Ho has to say. He is the official on the floor. Wayne Lee, the R1. Mark Nakashima, Randy Rubinall, the 2-line judges. I mean, it was all 6 Wolverine players who called for that one to be challenged. And if we take a look, it does look pretty close.
Looks like a little more green than white, but you know, it's really hard to tell from there. That looks more white than green.
That one looks like it caught the light.
Go figure. There's another one that looks like it's more white than green.
I'm calling that in, C-Mac.
I am too. I'm with you.
Good effort there on that outside pin. That was Bailey Christensen getting the gist of that block. Like Tadafiti, she prepped at Pleasant Grove High School. A Utah power on the volleyball court. And Ernie Ho taking a lot of looks at this thing. And the longer the process takes, the more uncertainty starts to leak in, right? Like, which way is this thing going to go?
Exactly.
You know, it's taken a while when the arena's already gone through the Jeopardy music loop. And now they're on to like a whole other playlist altogether.
And people are going out for garlic fries. I can smell it from here.
Oh, can you? That looks pretty straightforward right there, I would suggest. Ernie Ho off with the headset.
I guess he calls it in.
And he's going to uphold the original call.
Interesting.
So Hawaii gets the point. You know what? We had one of those last night, too.
We did, didn't we? Confusing.
Good thing we're not wearing the light blue shirts. So Hawaii trailing by 1. Van Sickle with the serve. Right side, it's Christensen. The up there by Wagner, so Choi, back row set Van Sickle, the dink. Easy pickings there for Wardle on the save. High bump set goes to Downs by the double block. And Utah Valley will refer to that maybe as a little athletic justice. They get the point, and they're back up a deuce.
And Kaylee Downs is one of the players that Coach Atoa told us before the game that she could take a lot of pressure off Tarafiti if she just came up with a big game. She's playing pretty well right now with shots like that.
Ross tried to slice it, punched up by Downs. Tarafiti able to tip it over. Well, what you coming back with it now? Van Sickle, make that Ross from off the net. That's dug up in the air by Merrill. Swing by Christensen. The up by Van Sickle. Here's Helvig on the outside, and we're going to have a net violation against Utah Valley. That was one of those sequences you started to feel like that one may last forever.
Yeah. Downs that time caught in the net.
What you hitting 105 here in this second set compared to 158 for Utah Valley. Hasn't been a ton of offense here. As that serve almost got down. Great effort by Wardle just to keep it alive, and then Tarafiti gets the touch.
Give that point to Wardle. She made an amazing play on that tape shot by Yosia. And of course, Tarafiti does what Tarafiti does.
I mentioned some of the injuries that have haunted Utah Valley here the last year or so, as Ross able to smack that one. And Wardle, one of them, underwent ankle surgery, is not yet to her 100% physical self. And that's just one of several injuries that this team continues to attempt to play through. Okino with the serve. Hawaii trailing by one. Middle set, that's new to Puivaha. Blind back bump set, Okino to Wagner. It's Wardle again with a great layout save. Free chance here for Hawaii. Can they cash it in? You'll see a high and away. Wagner, the dink. Pancake save Wardle, but only momentarily. And it's a point for the Rainbow Wahine. Well, Maddie Wardle is giving up her body. She is all over the floor defensively.
Nice tip shot by Wagner. I love that pancake pop-up. But you notice that Wagner made a better choice that time, keeping the ball in play rather than trying that fancy down the line shot where she chews up too much line.
Downs. IGD able to get the fingertips on it. So Helvig gets it on the opposite side. That's popped up in the air by Merrill. And there's Wardle once again to center it. So Hawaii with the golden chance. Wagner, the laser beam to the floor.
Hawaii exhibiting some pretty good ball control right now. Looking especially good in transition where there's a good decoy by IGD. Block late to get out there, and Wagner makes him pay for it.
So Wagner now with a pair of kills, hitting 143 to go along with 5 digs. And she's been on a couple of blocks. Second on the team in digs, Riley Wagner coming into tonight. There's Tarafiti. First to reach double figures in put downs. That's her 10th kill.
She just powers it through. I'm not sure hit the seam there or she hit a field goal on Helvig. Either way, she's got a powerful arm.
So we're tied at 12. Here's IGD in the middle. Speaking of powerful arms.
IGD picks up kill number 4. Hitting 400.
Yeah, error-free so far.
Yet to make it there. That's pretty. She's having another solid night, back-to-back nights.
13 serving 12. Tarafiti rattled around, but it finally drops, and she now has 11 kills and just seems to be oozing with confidence as this thing continues to roll on. Born in Auckland, New Zealand. Dad Wayne coached the BYU rugby team to 5 national titles. Guess where he's coaching rugby now?
Utah Valley.
That's right. Here's Christensen. Is able to just smash it through the proposed block, and Utah Valley reclaims the advantage. third lead change we've had here in set number 2.
Good high snap by Christensen that time. Not a lot of power there, but she did a good job of using the block.
And that is a shank and an ace. Tadafiti doing a little bit of everything here for Utah Valley. They are first to 15. Timeout on the floor. And the Wolverines digging in here in set number 2. Well, tomorrow, Spectrum OC16 Sports brings you the best in interleague football matchups. Wahine versus Punahou, Mililani versus Kamehameha, Kahuku versus St. Louis. That's right, it is a prep triple header starting live at 2 p.m. Utah Valley has come alive a little bit here in this second set. Up 2 out of the timeout. Amber Igidi promptly smashes it to the floor. She has 5 kills, but why do you think Utah Valley's been able to gain some traction here in this second frame?
First of all, they're out hitting Hawaii 280 to 231. That's the first start, playing better offense. Second of all, they're siding out better, 64% to Hawaii's 57%. And they're just playing just a little bit better volleyball than Hawaii right now.
Served there by Bailey Choi. Set outside, it's Christensen. And she just goes through that Hawaii block.
She was another great recruiting get by Sam Matoa. 2014 Utah 5A MVP, the #1 acer in the state with 76 aces. And he somehow stole her from BYU.
That's right. Brother Dalton actually plays basketball at BYU. Here's Williams. Dug up to the net by Niutapui Vaha, and then easy pickings for Sky.
Here she comes, the serving specialist, Kyra.
Kyra Hanawahine, 5'2" junior. One of the 3 transfers from Oregon, but a graduate of Kamehameha Kapalama, and it's a good serve. Christensen times the approach. That's dug up by Helvig. Choi outside to Ross, and she's blocked and roofed. They were waiting for her. And that was Tori Dorius, the 6'2" Frosh, right next to the pin.
And that was a big block out there, for sure. Dorius got most of it. Hampson a little late getting out there, but Dorius made up for it, but making a great block all by herself.
And the overpass, unable to get it down, though, was Hampson. So Hawaii playing it back. Van Sickle off a long leg. But the door is shut by Bailey Christensen. And Utah Valley up 3 here in the second largest lead of this second stanza for the Wolverines. Timeout, home team. Get in the game with on-demand highlights of prep sporting events. Spectrum subscribers have exclusive access to Spectrum Sports Enhanced channels 13 and 1013. It has been an enhanced performance in this second set for Utah Valley, leading by 3 out of the timeout. McKenna Ross dug up there by Tadafiti to the net, and then Brooke Van Sickle says mahalo nui loa. And a much needed point there for the Bows.
Dad Gary Van Sickle used to play in the men's team in the late 80s. Great player. Equally high jump as Brooke.
Should be said, Mom Lisa also played volleyball at Hawaii Pacific University.
Great player.
And professionally in Argentina. It's a good stock that Van Sickle comes from. How about the blind bump set, Merrill to Downs for the kill. That was pretty special there from the libero, Saren Merrill.
People don't realize what a difficult blind back bump set that is. She just throws it up there to the front left, and Downs does the rest. Puts it down.
Christensen, 6 aces on the season coming in. Hawaii out of system. Helvig through the block, dug up by Christensen. And it'll be smacked across, but out. A little too much there up to the palm of Downs. And so a freebie given back to Hawaii as we head down the home stretch here in set number 2. Rainbow Wahine have experienced lulls at times throughout this young season. Despite the 7-0 record, It has been, in some cases, inexplicable. But they found ways to come through. Tarafiti is blocked back. She gets another crack at it, off the block and down. And that's kill number 12 for Kazna Tarafiti.
Smart play. First one was dead in the block. Second time she worked the edges of the block very effectively. She's one smart hitter.
20 serving 17. Igidi in the middle to set a little low. Pancake save there by Allred. Hawaii back with it though. Right side. It's Ross off the block and out. That was another close one. Not quite as adamant a reaction to that one being in by the Utah Valley players. So the kill stands for Rossi, but great effort there on the layout. Kristen Allred, who actually has a new last name. Her married last name is Bell, but you see it in a number of different renditions when you go through the rosters, and head coach Sam Otoa even saying, yeah, you know what, it's gone back and forth. She's gone back and forth with it. So maybe we'll just call her Kristen Allred Bell, as you see Helvig lay into it for Hawaii.
Helvig really feeling it tonight. I'm surprised she hasn't gotten more sets. Right now, she's gotten 16 sets out of Hawaii's 70, but I expect that that number should go up. Once you find a hot hitter, you know, they really need the ball more and more. Just like Tarafiti's getting it for Utah Valley.
Right side, that's Downs. Good up there by Yosia. So Okino sets up Wagner. Cross court and the up there again by Bell. And that one is hit long. Tarafiti with no touch up front. And we are tied at 20. And now we'll have a timeout signaled by Sam Otoa. Now what was interesting was when Utah Valley was playing UCLA last night, Otoa did not use any of his timeouts the last 2 sets of that ultimately 3-set battle. And we asked him, well, what is that? Is that just kind of a strategic thing? And he told us, I think I just forgot.
First time I've ever heard a coach be that honest.
That's right.
About themselves.
Let's check in with Ryan. What's up?
Hey, thanks, Kano. Well, here on the Hawaii sideline, head coach Robin Amo is not happy just overall with her team's effort. She said the energy is down, and she is encouraging, especially her hitters, to be much more aggressive, asking them straight up, do you want to be in here? Do you want to swing at the ball? She wants her hitters to go up there and swing hard. She's also not pleased with the second ball contact. Hawaii's right back defenders, their setters, are doing a lot of balls right now, which means the other setups, the left backs that are coming in, Wagner, as well as Brooke Van Sickle, are having to set a lot of balls. She said they have to do a better job of putting their hitters in better positions to hit the ball. Back over to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. UH Athletics reaches out to you online each week with updates and promotions through its H-Mail e-newsletter. To register, visit hawaiiathletics.com. Click on the H-Mail button. It's simple and it's free.
Notice during the timeout, good comments by Ryan Suji. But notice that Robin Amo there doing a lot of blocking tips there. So it's Angelica and Robin and Cleo Baxter, obviously, but Robin giving a lot of blocking tips there. I've never seen her give so many blocking tips in one timeout.
Hawaii hitting 225 in this second set compared to 216 for Utah Valley. And leading all hitters, it is that woman right there, Tarafiti, with 12 kills. But Hawaii with the serve, it's Rico Okino behind the line. Played up by Bell. And it'll be two-handed over by Tarafiti. Free chance here for Hawaii. Helvig, just one blocker up. The middle blocker was late, and Helvig just ate it up.
You know why the middle blocker was late? They were worried about Amber Igidi. Igidi held that middle blocker just for an instant, enough for Helvig to get a nice little seam.
Fourth lead change here in this second set. Tarafiti off the block, rattled around, and somehow Helvig able to return it. Tarafiti again, blocked and roofed.
Hawaii only with one block this set. Finally they pick up their second block.
And once again, it's the rookie roofers with the two freshmen, Helvig and Igidi.
Robin Amo specifically was talking to Helvig in that last time out about what to do with her hands when she's penetrating over the net. And I think Robin's got to feel good about the way that Helvig took her advice.
That's now 6 total team blocks for the Rainbow Wahine in this match. They had 4 in the first set, so they've been a little quieter in that regard here in set number 2, but that has been the case this young season when they have needed it most, when they have needed a spark. It seems to come in the form of that defense at the net. And how about, speaking of defense, that effort by the 2 freshmen just to keep that sequence alive, and then they shut the door.
What a happiness by the Swede. She's having a fun time. She really enjoys being here in Hawaii and loves the girls, loves the coaches, is having the best time. And she's hoping to bring, I think, a couple more of her friends from Sweden over at some point during her 4 years.
Well, I'm pretty sure Robin, Angelica, Kaleo, and company would be very open to that idea.
Yeah.
Hawaii playing without Jolie Rasmussen tonight. Remember, injured her ankle last night. We got confirmation today that it was indeed an ankle injury. She is listed officially as doubtful, but she, when we spoke with her prior to the match, was optimistic. No fracture is really the only factual thing we have ultimately to work off of as far as what Hawaii is announcing. She does plan on being back hopefully sooner rather than later, but right now her teammates trying to fill the void, and it is a felt vacancy, make no mistake. But right now they're up 3 here in this second set, thanks to the Okino ace.
Surprised Okino served Talafiti. She's normally a very good passer.
Pass tight to the net, one-hand set, and Yuta Kuivaha dinks it over, sniffed out by Okino. Here's Helvig, one-hand save there by Wardle. To Talafiti, hard angle, so chance now for Hawaii on the advantage. Back row set, Van Sickle dug up by Wardle. Merrill centers it, and a free ball coming for the Bows. Helvig the first touch. Yosia, step out, Ijiri.
Wow, that was some kind of transition play. Hawaii looking much sharper there.
7 straight points ripped off by the Rainbow Wahine, and they have a low ball here in the second. Crowd quiets on the serve. High ball bump set goes to Talafiti into the twine, and Hawaii scores the last 8 points of set number 2, coming from behind to take it 25-20. So here on night 2 of the Outrigger Rainbow Wahine Volleyball Challenge, the Rainbow Wahine will have a chance to crack open the broom closet. Let's take a look at the McDonald's match statistics. CMAC Hawaii up 2-0.
Well, the biggest difference here is look at the hitting errors. Utah Valley with 19 hitting errors, Hawaii with only 9. Hawaii not hitting for a great percentage at 227. They should be up more around 280, 290, but Robin Amo will take that. 6 blocks to 3, Hawaii dominating at the net. Diggs about even, Ace Dare is about even.
Again, Hawaii not particularly sharp consistently throughout the first 2 sets, but they got it done despite the big night that Kazna Talafiti is putting together. 12 kills, hitting 118.
She's got 8 blocks. She's been blocked or dug 8 times or hit the ball out, and that's not a good percentage. And for Hawaii, Amber Ijiri, she is putting up some kind of numbers tonight with 6 kills, no errors, hitting 462. Wow. You gotta love her improvement.
Take a look at Amber Ijiri. Hawaii being led by Helvig's 8 kills, hitting 389. So really amazing what those 2 freshmen have amounted to here very early on in their careers. They don't seem to have any hesitancy about performing in front of this crowd in this atmosphere, and obviously another big challenge will be presented to this crop of freshmen as the Rainbow Wahine get prepared to take the show on the road next week.
I heard that Helvig's parents might be watching right now from Sweden. Charlotte and Anders, I believe they're up, let me see, would it be like 7 o'clock in the morning they got there, and then it's probably 8 o'clock in the morning now.
Well, they're pleased with the way set 3 started if they are watching. That's kill number 9 for Helvig. If they are watching, we wish them an aloha from Hawaii.
And thank you for letting us have.
That's right.
Anna.
Yeah.
She is one special player and person.
Tiffany Westerberg making her first appearance of the match as Aquino gets that one caught up in the tape.
Westerberg might be in for Sky Williams, I think. Sky hitting 0-0-0, 2 kills, 2 errors, but she's been in on 4 of Hawaii's 6 blocks.
You'll see it chases down the set, goes back row to McKenna Ross, and she hits it long. Utah Valley in front here early in set number 3. The Rainbow Wahine with the opportunity to get their hands on the broomsticks, but Utah Valley putting up quite a fight in set 2, and Hawaii, frankly, a little ragged in stretches. And they clean things up here. Here's Van Sickle. And how about the options from the back row that Yosia had at her disposal there?
Exactly. She had both McKenna Ross and Van Sickle. Both of them taking approaches at the exact same time. Maybe confusing the defenders just a little bit.
Yeah, that's pretty unique right there. Big swing there by Tarafiti. Good dig along the back line by Helvig. High ball set to Van Sickle, hit the pin. So a point there for the Wolverines. Utah Valley coming off of a 20-14 season a year ago. Their first 20-win season in program history. Reached the title match of the Western Athletic Conference tournament for the second time in 3 years. Lost to New Mexico State in that final as Tarafiti plugs it through the block. And once again, New Mexico State the favorite in the back preseason poll. Utah Valley picked to finish second.
And as Coach Otto told us, they'll get healthier and healthier as the year goes on.
And that one just absolutely handcuffed Riley Wagner, the ace to Miuki Puivaha. I mean, that put Wagner in a straitjacket right there.
It really did. Was happy though.
And another ace. And Hawaii having some passing problems. Robin Amo signals for a timeout. Utah Valley off and running in the 3rd. Welcome back. Time now for the Akamai Roofing Report as Hawaii on occasion putting up the wall yet again here against Utah Valley. 6 total team blocks in this match. Just adding to their season total, which at the moment is now 92. And speaking of blocks, it's Utah Valley trying to build the blockade of their own as Sadie Hampson shuts the door on Tiffany Westerberg, and Hawaii trailing by a handful here. As Niuta Puivaha continues to serve from the line, Westerberg has to field that one, and then Wagner dug up by Niuta Puivaha over the net. Wagner again, this time from off the twine. Right there is Wardle. She's been digging up a lot of Hawaii hits, but nobody digging that one up by Tori Dorius. And Utah Valley is running away.
I'm going to give them a lot of credit. They're playing some good volleyball right now, really steady, keeping the ball in play, good blocking, nice transition.
Wagner may have fielded an out ball right there. Back row set goes to McKenna Ross, dug up by Christensen. So Utah Valley coming back the other way. And then Dorius through the block and down. What is happening on the Hawaii side of the net, C-Man?
I think more of it is what Utah Valley is doing. They're playing some good volleyball. I think it's good swings. They're serving tough. That was a tough serve.
Van Sickle trying to apply the tourniquet, and she does. Overwhelming Wardle on that occasion. Maddie Wardle has just been impeccable defensively. That time, though, came in a little hot, and so Hawaii trailing by a half dozen and trying to rev up the engine again here in set number 3.
In the game of volleyball, and typically in a 5-set match, 3 out of 5, if you win the first 2, it's really tough to get cranked up to beat anybody in Division I 3 in a row. Sweeps are tough these days.
Down the line it goes off of the Choi serve. Middle set. And that one dug up over the net after Hampson laid into it. So Utah Valley scrambling in transition. Tadafiti dug up by Okino. Here's Van Sickle, touches it deep, sniffed out by Merrill, the libero. Tadafiti! Right down the alleyway, and that's now 14 kills for Kasna.
Utah Valley just being a little more patient and putting in a lot of heat on that last one. Tadafiti is a Terminator, wouldn't you say?
That's an understatement. Here's Van Sickle over the double block. It'll be a chase down opportunity, and getting there is Merrill. What an effort. Okino the first touch for Hawaii. Van Sickle, the set was off the mark, and now the advantage to the Wolverines. In the middle, Hampson is dug up by Okino. Igidi the touch, pancake save, layout there by Stratton. Hawaii can't return it.
Give credit to the Wolverines. Great hustle, chase down that ball deep on the court. Nice pancake dig in the middle by Stratton.
And the largest lead of the match here for Utah Valley. Wagner against a double block. And she sends it way wide. And the wheels wobbling here for the Rainbow Wahine in a huge way. It's looking a little more like volleyball with an F on the Hawaii side at the moment. Hawaii needs it. Van Sickle the dink. Another layout save by Stratton. Tadafiti over the double block. Okino the save. Choi trying to center it, and another free chance here for the Wolverines. Tadafiti coming through with her 15th kill. And Robin Amo relegated to signaling another timeout. Wolverines by double figures here, trying to ward off the sweep. Welcome back. On the next Island Driver TV, we'll take a test drive in the sporty Kia Optima. Check it out Monday night at 9 on Spectrum OC16.
Check out these numbers. Utah Valley hitting .545, siding out at 100%. Hawaii hitting negative .067.
And out of the timeout, that middle connection is true. And actually a little bit of emotion coming out of Bailey Choi after she put that middle set on the money, and Igidi was able to pummel it. Trying to get this Rainbow Wahine team going. They have been at a loss here in set number 3. And we have the insertion of Kirsten Sibley for the first time here tonight. Playing in her 5th set of the season, the senior from Lafayette, California. Tadafiti, good dig there by Wagner. Choi, right side, Sibley, the touch. Good coverage by the Wolverines on those tip shots so far tonight. Sibley, this time a bigger crack at it, dug up by Christensen. Tadafiti winds up, uncoils, but the up is there by Wagner. Back row set, Helvig, dug up by Christensen. Wolverines play it back. Downs couldn't get all of it. And so a chance here for Hawaii in transition. Helvig from the back row, rips into it. And Hawaii slowly cutting into this deficit.
There's the key. Feed the Swede. He's got the hot hand tonight. Might as well keep giving it to him. Great rally. Both sides playing some great back row defense.
10 kills for Helvig, hitting .429, and then Igidi, the solo stuff. Three straight points by the Bows. Right side, Tadafiti. Well, you can't slow her down for too long. That was her 43rd attempt. She now has 16 kills.
Do you think she ices her arm after matches?
I think it's biomechanical at the very least. 14 serving 6. Another good serve. Hawaii out of system. Sibley blocked and roofed. That may have been the key here for Utah Valley in building this hefty advantage in the third. They're just serving tough, and Hawaii has not been able to handle that first touch.
First contact's not been good. They've now got 6 blocks to Hawaii's 6 blocks, and they're outdigging Hawaii 44-39.
Choi, jump set, back row goes to Wagner. It's fielded by Stratton. Joust at the net, and nothing doing. That one a little ill-timed on the Utah Valley side. So Hawaii with a tall hill to climb here to get back into the mix in this third set. And Brooke Van Sickle will serve. 5'9" redshirt junior from Battleground, Washington. Utah Valley now desperately out of system. And that was a gift that they just gave to Van Sickle and company.
It was a good serve by Van Sickle, and she pulled the setter off the net, so they were going to be out of system anyway. But for nobody to take that second contact was shocking.
Particularly because it was the libero Merrill who had the best angle in play on that second contact. So 8 serving 15. High and away, the set goes to Christensen. Caught it fat. Was there a touch? No touch. Point Hawaii. Utah Valley players imploring Samatoa to challenge that no-touch call. And it looks like he will do that. So he informs Ernie Ho that they want to take a look at whether or not there was a touch on the Hawaii side. So replay time here at the Stan Sheriff Center again.
And this is by far the hardest replay to get a really good definitive evidence of whether or not there's a touch. The ball's traveling so fast at the net.
And at this juncture of the third set, this becomes a pretty important review.
I would agree. Hawaii's cut the lead down, gaining some momentum. Doesn't look like the fingers moved there. Doesn't look like there's any spin on the ball.
Yeah, any change in trajectory that you can?
No.
Yeah, you don't really see a change in the path there of the ball, but that's not to say that there was definitively no touch. It's just, is there enough in any of this to warrant a reversal of the call on the court? And I think we're starting to see that more and more frequently. The officials, if there is even a smidgen of a doubt, if there is an iota of doubt, they're not going to reverse it. But we'll see. He does reverse it. Man, thank God we're not wagering on these reviews. It is 16 serving 8. Go figure. And that's a pretty big one. Instead of 9 serving 15, 16 serving 8. As Utah Valley tries to extend this match to at least a fourth set. Oh, Van Sickle couldn't handle the first contact. Free chance again for the Wolverines. Outside, Christensen, block out a piece. So Choi, high and away to Helvig. Over a double block, tried to slice it thin far side, and misses wide. The other thing that starts to present itself here for the Rainbow Wahine is UCLA's had a couple of 3-set matches. They're chilling. Hawaii, if this is extended, they're going to have to put in some extra effort here, and that's going to be all that much more of a challenge as Hawaii tries to muster up the energy to go up against the Bruins tomorrow night. Wagner with the bump set, nobody home. A lot of disarray and miscommunication, but it is covered up by the Amber Igidi solo block. A lot of very uncharacteristic type of moments that we're seeing on the Hawaii side.
I think part of this can be attributed to the fact that a really important big-time member of their starting unit is not playing. Joey Rasmussen has been an integral part of this success of this team, and an integral part of, there she is right there, of the transition play. A lot of balls go to her, and all of a sudden now there's some hesitancy hesitancy by the rest of the players now that she's not in there.
Wagner sends it to Sibley. She goes off the fingertips and down. Point Hawaii. Rainbow Wahine do have a server behind the line right now that has had a propensity for putting together some runs.
Yeah. If anybody could do it, it'll be Noreen Yosia.
Good to see Sibley get in on the action. Just her third kill of the season. First touch there by Taraviti. Christensen. Oh, a tightrope walk the top of the tape. Sometimes when things are rolling, those kinds of things tend to happen.
Everything going their way right now. Great shot nonetheless by Bailey Christensen.
Pass by Van Sickle. Hawaii trailing by 8. The slide to Westerberg. And she caught that one flush.
Great set from Yosia too.
Westerberg coming in off of the bench last night, and she provided a spark for Hawaii. 6 kills, hit .455 to go along with 3 blocks. As Hawaii defeated West Virginia in 4. Middle set, Niutupui Vaha rips into it. She's got 3 kills.
She's been a little quiet up front for a while now. She's starting to get it rolling again now that they're passing better. She's now picked up her 3rd kill.
Christensen to serve. Slide to Westerberg. Let's see if Hawaii tries to exploit that a little bit more frequently here moving forward in this match.
Sky Williams was struggling a little bit offensively, hitting 0-0-0, 2 kills, 2 errors in the first couple sets. That's why Westerberg's in to bring some offense to that middle position.
Block got a piece there. Yosia will slide again. That one a little low, so Westerberg had to just tip it over. Taraviti, what a save there. Crawling along the Terraflex by Okino. Niutupui Vaha sends it long. Was there a touch? No touch is called. Point for Hawaii. Just one challenge remaining at the moment for Samatoa.
Yuko Okino unafraid to give up her body. I think she's the one with the most black and blue bruises after a match.
Outside, Tarafiti got under it. Point Hawaii, they're within 5 to try to sprinkle in a little bit of drama. Samatoa saying, enough of that drama. He signals for a timeout. And so Utah Valley will talk things over. He does not want to see this slip away. The Wolverines led by as many as 10 here in this 3rd set.
I don't think there was a touch there. Kaz wanted one, but I don't think there was one. Anyway, they've worked so hard to get to this point. You're right, Kanoa. They've got to be up by 10 at one point during this set, to be up 19-14 now. Samatoa did not want to let this one get away. So he's getting his team's attention, refocusing, hit the reset button, and they're going to scramble to see if they can get the next 6 points.
Samatoa, head coach for Utah Valley, who has roots in Polynesia, graduated from high school in Western Samoa, attended BYU Hawaii for a couple of years. Great story. He paid his way at BYUH by entertaining and dancing at the Polynesian Cultural Center.
And how about the humanitarian efforts he's made since 2010 when Western Samoa had that tsunami that hit them? Every year since 2010, he's either taken a team or taken his neighborhood down there to help them rebuild their communities.
Well, the Rainbow Wahine volleyball team traveling next week. They're going to go to Waco, Texas to take on both Missouri and Baylor, a couple of ranked opponents at the moment. But we do have some University of Hawaii sports lined up for you on Spectrum Sports. Rainbow Wahine soccer on Thursday, and then on Saturday, Hawaii taking on Central Arkansas on the gridiron. That's on Spectrum Sports pay-per-view. So Hawaii trying to still make a game of it here in the third. But you got to get these serves out of the timeouts in, and Helvig does not.
Hard to keep the momentum going when you have unforced errors like that. On the other hand, Helvig has carried Hawaii tonight.
Right.
10 kills, 2 errors, hitting .364.
And one dig away from a double-double, but Niutupui Vaha goes tit for tat with Helvig on the service error. So 15 serving 20. Utah Valley hitting that final pole here in the third set. Bailey Choi with the serve. Middle set. Choi with the dig on the Hampson swing. Helvig from the back row, blocked back. Covered by Okino. Middle set, Aijiri.
How can he look so sharp in a transition play like that? And 2 plays ago, they looked confused. Go figure.
The freshman from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Now with 8 kills, .471 percentage. Hawaii within 4. Right side. And that one gets through. Dorius gets the kill for Utah Valley. That was a formidable block with Aijiri over there that Hawaii had up, but she was able to still plug it past.
Dorius picks up her 3rd kill, yet to make a hitting error. She gets high fives all around from the bench.
Stratton with the serve. Back row set, and that's Helvig. Kill number 11.
I love the strategy of feeding Helvig. She really does have the hot hand right now. She's doing what Rasmussen would do if she were in the back row at this point.
Also received some confirmation. Hannah's parents, Charlotte and Anders, indeed watching from Sweden. They tweeted at us to say what's up. 8:30 in the morning over there. Hawaii trailing by 4. Christensen from the back row. And that should have been a dig. Robin Amo beside herself after the Rainbow Wahine defense let that one by.
Bailey Choi might have left a little early out of the back row there, leaving Hannah Helvig a little bit too much area to cover.
Lafiti forces the overpass. Christensen couldn't put it down though. Aijiri does.
Hawaii got lucky there getting the overpass. And Aijiri once again makes Utah Valley pay.
So Hawaii still not packing it in here in the third. Christensen off the block, played off the ricochet there by Sibley. Here's Helvig through the block. Popped up by Stratton. Slapped over half-heartedly, so Wagner takes on the setting responsibilities. Bump set to Helvig. That was smoked. Knocking Tarafiti to the floor. And a timeout taken by Utah Valley. Looky here, Hawaii trailing by as many as 10. Now within 3.
That was some major heat Helvig put on the ball that time. Tarafiti, a great defender that time, as you said, got knocked over with that power. Here's Sam Matoa trying to put the pieces back together again and see if they can muster 3 more points before Hawaii can muster 6.
Yeah, this set is feeling kind of like the tortoise and the hare type of scenario,
exactly.
Right? I mean, Utah Valley was so far in front, everybody assuming, all right, this is going to go at least 4, but this thing is not over here in the third just yet.
Yeah, we'll see how Hawaii does if they serve in after the timeout, keep that momentum going, force Utah Valley to earn a side out. We'll see. Patrick Gassman there next to the band, looking on.
Of course, member of the Rainbow Warrior volleyball program. Let's check in with Ryan.
Hey, thanks, Konobo. Here on the sideline, Coach Ochoa talking to his team, writing me how to get out of this side out. He's saying we need to first pass the ball, but then also telling potentially running a slide or trying to split the middle blockers for Hawaii, making them have to work. They also, the players on this side, I got to tell you, they are very aggressive. They recognize what happened in set number 2. They keep repeating, we're not letting this one get away. Back over to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Utah Valley, you're looking at for a good chunk of that second set, in fact, maybe even the majority, and for the majority of this third set, you have outplayed the 18th ranked team in the country. They just haven't been able to finish the deal just yet.
Exactly. We'll see what happens here after this serve. If Hawaii can keep momentum or Utah Valley can steal it back.
Trailing by 3. Utah Valley goes to Christensen, and she has been big for Utah Valley here, her 11th kill.
She's done exactly what Sam Atoa wanted her to do tonight. Take some pressure off of Tarafiti.
That's right, establishing herself as that legit alternative option. Outside, Helvig popped up there by Stratton. She's been doing some good defensive work. Roll shot there, Christensen. Choi fields it. So bump set to Sibley. 2 blockers up. She tried to go high hands and sends it long. Point Utah Valley. Aloha ball in the third to extend this match.
Sib's usually pretty good at keeping the ball in, hitting it high over the top shot, but that time just a little long.
Merrill with the serve. Choi goes back row to Wagner. And that was a heater off of the palm of the freshman Riley Wagner.
One of the advantages of Jolie Rasmussen being out, if there is an advantage, all these younger players really got to step up to the plate, start hitting some back row attacks like that, start making more digs, start blocking better to make up for the absence of Jolie.
Remains Aloha ball in the third. You'll see a good serve, better pass there by Christensen. Tarafiti is dug up by Wagner. High ball set to Helvig, blocked and roofed. Utah Valley with their 7th team block. And they are able to claim set number 3. We've had the same score in all 3 sets, but that's the first one that goes the way of the Wolverines. We play on here at the Stan Sheriff Center. Well, Utah Valley extends the match to at least a 4th set, and if Hawaii is looking to close the deal, they're going to have to find a way to reckon with the 2 top hitters for the Wolverines.
Tarafiti's one of them, 16 kills, and she's doing it all kinds of ways. Hawaii just cannot quite figure her out. And Christensen, 11 kills, only 3 errors. She's sitting about 300. And she too has come on strong here, especially in that 3rd set.
I think the concern here, Chris, for Hawaii is that, as we alluded to, I would say the majority of set 2, and certainly the majority of set 3, the Wolverines outplayed the Rainbow Wahine, and so they're only feeling that much more confident, I think, despite being still down 2 sets to 1.
I totally agree. They're saying to each other in the huddle probably something like, you know what, this is the 18th ranked team in the country, and we're playing right with them. In fact, we're playing better than they are right now. Let's just go out and do it. So I think they're just building up that kind of self-confidence to, I think, give Hawaii a tough match right here in the 4th set.
Anna Helvig, 12 kills to lead the way for the Rainbow Wahine, hitting 321. And how about a double-double performance for the freshman from Sweden as well? She has 10 digs to go along with 3 blocks. McKenna Ross back into the match here at the start of set number 4. So things a lot more laborious in the last 2 sets for the Rainbow Wahine, but that's a good start. Noreen Yosia deals an ace.
I forgot to mention Christensen's also working on, she's got a double-double, 11 kills, 10 digs.
2 aces tonight for Noreen. High ball set goes outside to Dorius, dug up by Yosia. So Ijiri had to take on the setting responsibilities. Hawaii in disarray again. Niutupuivaha, one-hand dig over the net and down by Van Sickle.
There's the most bizarre play of the night. A one-handed, left-handed bit. Dig kill.
Nice kill for Van Sickle. She immediately shrugged her shoulders.
Wow, and she goes, oh, that's a sheepish sort of a look right there. Almost a guilty look, don't you think, Kanoa?
Yeah, looking like she got away with something. Hawaii up 2-0 here. Make it 3 as Yosia, second ace of this early set 4.
And she has a way of taking over a match at times. And the other teams, I think if she has another serve like this that results in a point, they've got to call timeout.
It was blasted pass by Tarafiti outside. And that is Dorius slicing it to the far way.
Dorius killed number 4, yet to make an error. Hitting 1,000.
Promising freshman, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, 6'2".
From Heber City, Utah. Hawaii out of system. Back row set goes to Van Sickle. 3 blockers up, and it didn't get above the tape. So 2 serving 3 here in the 4th.
Very important for Hawaii's first contact to be good, but Utah Valley's been serving very tough, making it difficult for Hawaii's passers.
Yosia sets up Helvig, blocked back. The cover there by Van Sickle. Flat-footed, Wagner sends it over. So the Wolverines with the advantage. Niutupui Vaha off the GD block. Now it's Ross to a little something off. Here is Tarafiti, dug up by Wagner. Yosia outside, Helvig blocked back. Again, the coverage by Van Sickle. Yosia tried to catch him napping. Nothing doing. Dorius pounds it off the hands. Middle set Igidi, too low. She can only tip it over, but it's returned. And a free chance for Helvig.
Once again, Helvig coming to the rescue. Overpass, Helvig just taps it down. She's got so much international experience, she won't follow through into the cable on a shot like that. She's going to be a very high percentage player.
He has played for both the youth and senior Swedish national teams. Dorius cross court, good save there by Yosia. Bump set Okino very tight to the net. Scramble action on the Hawaii side, and Wagner sends it over. High ball bump set goes to Tarafiti, sends it long. Is there a touch? Nothing doing. And a point for the Bows.
When she hits it, there's nothing left in the tank. It's all arm, I'm telling you. She's a powerful attacker.
You start to wonder, though. I mean, that's now 48 attempts here for Tarafiti. How much more of the load can she bear? Well, at least one more crack, and yeah, arm looks okay.
Yeah, she looks fine. WAC freshman of the year last year, first team all league.
Right side. Oh, that was smashed. Helvig obliterating that set.
And she's one, like I said, that might be feeling like she has to pick up the slack for a lost Jolie Rasmussen.
You can certainly sense that Hawaii missing the presence of Jolie Rasmussen as that one hits the pin. And for Jolie, an ankle injury, she says it is her 9th ankle injury of her volleyball career.
Amazing. So the good news is she knows how to rehab.
That's right. The other good news is it's not as serious as maybe it looked initially, as Van Sickle able to put a pounding on that one. I mean, when you saw the replay last night of Rasmussen coming down on one of the West Virginia players' feet and that ankle turn, I mean, it was tough to watch. I mean, it was almost excruciating, and even Jolie herself said, I'm surprised it wasn't a more severe injury when I watched the replay.
Yeah.
Downs dug up by Okino. Van Sickle set was a little bit off the mark. Pinballed around and returned. Hawaii trying to steady things. It's Williams. Sky Williams back into the match and back into the offense.
She had great success in that first set with her blocking. Her offense not as sharp. This offense looks pretty good. Better timing.
So Wade serving 4. Here it comes from Bailey Choi. Set outside, it's Downs off the block, saved by Helvig. Van Sickle winds up, uncoils, and unleashes. And San Antonio signals for a Utah Valley timeout. Brooke getting cooking. Welcome back. San Antonio signaling for a timeout. As Utah Valley down 2-1 finds itself trailing here in the 4th set. 9 serving for Bailey Choi with the serve for Hawaii out of the timeout. Outside, punched over, left-handed style by Tarafiti. Chance for Hawaii. Wagner through the block. The dig there by Merrill. Tarafiti, a much better swing that time. And the result shows 18th kill for Tarafiti. 53 attempts. Owen puts Helvig in the straight jacket there. Hawaii able to forge a return, though. Big advantage here for the Wolverines. Outside Christensen, that one tight to the net. Picked up by Choi, so Helvig goes bump set across to Van Sickle. Utah Valley playing it back. Christensen blocked. The cover there by Stratton. Christensen again. Block may have gotten a piece. Diving save Okino. Back row to Helvig. With 3 blockers up, it's saved by Tarafiti. Christensen again. Block another chunk on that swing. Williams in the middle. The touch shot rattled around and returned. It'll be a Hawaii point. They're going to call a lift against the Wolverines.
Ball just stuck in her hand a little bit too long. Good call by Wayne Lee. Hawaii wins another long rally. They didn't win many of those long rallies in the 3rd set, but now they're starting to play better. Their transition game especially is solid.
Christensen, again the block getting a touch there. There's Rossi. McKenna Ross delivers. And Hawaii up 6.
Look at Hawaii's pin attackers right now. Rossi at around 5'10", Van Sickle around 5'8", 9.
What's interesting is how Robin Amo has gone back to several players that she actually pulled off of the floor as Tarafiti. You're not really ever going to have an opportunity to pull her off the floor, as important as she is in this offense. But going back to Sky Williams, going back to McKenna Ross?
Yeah, I think she's going back to the people that she thinks played best to earn a starting spot tonight.
As that dink falls for Sky Williams. I mean, we talk about the reserves themselves and sort of that mentality of always being ready to play. And here are a couple of examples of even starters tonight
becoming a reserve.
Yeah, and being ready to go back in for play. Christensen, that ball came out on the set a little strange there, no call. Ross tried to go line and she hit the pin. So 7 serving 12, Utah Valley with the point. Outside from the back row, it's Wagner swooping in. Great up there by Tarafiti. Dorius is dug up by Wagner. Helvig gets the swing off the fingertips of the block. Utah Valley goes back row. It's Tarafiti. That one caught the tape, and that may have allowed for the Rainbow Wahine save. But the advantage now with the Wolverines. The middle set, though, misfired.
I thought for sure they're going to go back to Tarafiti again. She took a pretty good swing the first time, got dug. I would have repeated right back to her.
So So 13 serving 7 in the very dangerous Noreen Yosia going back behind the line.
And I would have bought her more ice after the game.
That's right.
Give her 60, 70. I'll buy the extra bags of ice if I'm their setter.
Dorius blocked and roofed. That combo again, C-Mac, Igidi and Helvig.
They're becoming quite the number out there. 9 blocks on the night. Good penetration. Igidi did a especially nice job of dropping her left hand into the angle.
So Igidi with her 5th block to go along with 9 kills. 14 serving 7. Hawaii has Utah Valley doubled up. Middle set. Dorius right there is Yosia. Back row bump set to Van Sickle. She wasn't able to quite curl it in. And the point back to Utah Valley. Final night tomorrow of the Outrigger Hotels and Resorts Rainbow Wahine Volleyball Challenge. Feature match, of course, the rivalry renewed. Hawaii and UCLA. The Bruins with just 2 losses on the season. They came early. They have seemed to have found their rhythm as Tadafiti continues to just pile drive into the sets coming her way.
As long as she feels like she's got to bring this team back by herself. So if she goes up to attack, I think she's got the mindset where, you know what, I'm going to hit this so hard, there's no way they can run a transition play on me.
She's in the 20 kill range now as Helvig gets it down. Anna Helvig. That is kill number 15 for Hannah. Career high was 15 versus St. John. She also has 15 digs to go with that.
Having a huge night.
When they needed it, too, with the absence of Jolie Rasmussen.
Absolutely. How about Bailey Choi? She's got 14 digs herself. She's having a big night.
Middle set, Yutupuivaha off the Igidi fingers and down. Yutupuivaha, a senior, says she plans to major and enter into the field of elementary education. Here's Helvig off the block and down, just keeping it rolling.
How about this set from Yosia? Running the other direction, sets it back, puts it right on a dime. Helvig delivers. Samatoa said before the match, he said, Hawaii is so lucky to have 2 senior setters that are so experienced, so smart.
As Dorius goes through the block and down.
And Yosia's set was an example of that. She knew just when to go back to Helvig once again.
I think that dynamic between Choi and Yosia has been something to behold, right? You're talking about 2 3-year starters prior to this season, and basically full-time type of setter talents sharing the limelight here in this 6-2 offensive scheme.
Each of them has had to give up a little bit of ego because they're not playing as much as they're used to. You're right.
Van Sickle. She's percolating as she now has double figures in kills.
Noreen giving her hitters very hittable balls, giving them split blocks on late blocks.
It's head scratching how this Hawaii team, from not just night to night, but from set to set, can look so drastically different with regard to its execution.
Yeah. How do you think, did you see gray hairs on Rapanamo? I'm not sure.
Hey, you're not going to get me to talk at all about Rabanamo's gray hairs.
I'm getting more gray hairs just with this roller coaster of a team. What do you think?
Oh, great dig by Helvig. Van Sickle, the roll shot. Some improvisation on the side of Utah Valley. They forge a return, though. Outside, Van Sickle. Some high cheddar there. Merrill unable to handle it. And another point for the Rainbow Wahine. So a timeout taken by Utah Valley. We'll take a break as well. Welcome back. Stick around for the Heineken postgame show coming up right after the match as the Corner Crew breaks down all of tonight's highlights and statistics. We look to get right into that. Certainly there'll be some feedback to be enjoyed from Scott, Lisa, and Ryan tonight. Out of the timeout. Good serve there. Overpass Williams. Thank you very much. A completely different looking Hawaii team here in set 4 than what we saw as they were staggering at times through set number 3.
And how about the way Sky Williams has come back and played like the player of the week that she was last week?
Oh boy. Tadafiti unloading once again.
Smart move by the Utah setter to move around Tadafiti, not just give her all the outside set all the time, but move her around. And that time she brought her inside for what they call an inside 2 set. Tadafiti just ripped it.
But then serves it long. Tadafiti now with 21 kills on 58 attempts. But that out serve puts Hawaii on 20. How about the monster performance? And this will certainly be one of the storylines for the Rainbow Wahine of the freshman Hannah Helvig. 16 kills, hitting .361, 17 digs, and 4 blocks. Just filling the stat sheet. Christensen doing a pretty good job of that as well.
I think Hawaii's going to have to work really hard to get these last 5 points, because this Utah Valley team is not the kind of a team that will give up easily. They're scrappy, gritty, feisty.
We should have a thing or two to say when the Western Athletic Conference schedule starts to get going. Meanwhile, a tough slate here coming up for the Rainbow Wahine, and they will likely be, and this is pure speculation, without the services of Jolie Rasmussen for the next several matches. But you're talking about UCLA tomorrow. You're talking about going on the road and playing nationally ranked Missouri in the tournament hosted by Baylor in Waco. And then Baylor, a team that just looks like they are on a mission here in 2019.
Yeah, Baylor's, 5th ranked in the country right now. Missouri, I think, is 22 or 23. That's a really important road trip for Hawaii. We're going to see if the ball goes into the antenna first or goes into the antenna off the block. Oh, that's into the block and then the antenna. That should be point Hawaii. Easy call there. Into the block.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I'll make that call right now.
All right. I'll let you be the one to go out on a limb here.
Easy call here.
But I think you're right.
Easy call. It's
yeah.
into the block, then the antenna.
Well, I don't even think it hits the antenna.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I think that just goes off of the arms of the block.
Exactly. The antenna shook because the ball hit the cable.
Yeah. Ernie Ho taking a look. But you know what? We've not been very accurate.
I think we've been wrong every time tonight.
we have not been good at the speculation here in the replay reviews. A weakness in our game. But I'm with you. That looks like it goes
off the block. Yeah, that's
off of downs and out.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable. I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah. For one of the very few times in my life, so am I. It's inexplicable. Well, Ross trying to
right the ship.
Yeah. Create some much needed sense and balance here at this juncture of the match. That was wild. 21 serving 14. Oh, that
athletic justice.
That will help. Yeah. Van Sickle with the ace, just like how she planned it. Pops loves it. Back-to-back aces.
She did that last night. She had back-to-back aces. Same thing. She can get hot behind that service line as well as Noreen Yosia.
23 serving 14, Hawaii closing in. But not before Niu Tupuivaha notches another kill in the stat column. Always good to see the homecoming of some of these players. They have another Hawaii product, Ofera Petaya, out of Kalani High School, on the roster. We have not seen her here tonight. Helvig off the block and out, and that will cue the crowd to stand up. They rise here at the SSC. There is Petaya. And so Noreen Yosia back behind the line to try to end it. It has not been smooth sailing by any stretch here, but Hawaii, without the services of its top hitter, Jolie Rasmussen, on the brink of getting the W. Christensen blocked and roofed. And a fitting conclusion. The monster night by Hannah Helvig, and she's in on that block next to her fellow freshman, Amber Ijedi.
The 10th block on the night for Hawaii. They're really starting to show their prowess at the net. They can take over matches at certain points during the match to really make a difference and make the other team's hitters start thinking twice.
So it is officially Hawaii 8-0 here in 2019. Again, not necessarily an overall performance that will satisfy, dare we say, head coach Robin Amo.
And tomorrow will be a great match against the Bruins of UCLA.
All right, let's send it over to Scott Robbs. He's with head coach Robin Amo.
All right, thanks a lot, Kona. Well, coach, you're 8-0. I know this team frustrates you, but you find a way to win.
All I can say is we're 8-0. A long practice tomorrow.
Talk about Hana. I thought she really stepped up tonight in the absence of Rasmussen.
Yeah, I mean, the hitting was good. Pass was okay for her. She just, yeah, like you said, Joe's not here. She did step it up. I was trying to give her some rest today, but obviously cannot.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, bye.
All right, guys, back over to you.
Well, Helvig, she was pretty special in this one, C-Mac. There's no denying that. Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. And these were the two standouts. I think this was a pretty clear-cut campaign on both sides. Kasna Tarafiti, 21 kills to lead the way for Utah Valley. And Helvig, 18 kills, hitting .395, 4 blocks. And I actually think that may have been her 5th block on that last sequence to go along with 17 digs. I mean, stepping up when Hawaii needed her most. The growth for this young, talented freshman, we saw it on display. We almost witnessed it in real time here tonight.
Oh, and by the way, she plays classical piano and speaks 4 languages. Did I tell you? She did it all tonight.
She was great. And in the end, Hawaii improves to 8-0, and it sets up the true tournament championship tomorrow. Rainbow Wahine against the Bruins of a UCLA. Rivalry renewed. Don't forget about the Heineken postgame show, folks. But for now, for Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Aloha from the Stan Sheriff Center.
Welcome back to the Heineken postgame show.
Back inside the Stan Sheriff Center, where Hawaii goes to 8-0 on the year with a 4-set victory over the Wolverines of Utah Valley. And joining us in the corner, a very special guest, the real veteran of this team, I think the heart and soul, setter Noreen Yosia. Noreen, welcome back.
Thank you. Hi.
Your role has changed, obviously, every year it seems like. this year, you're working obviously with a two-setter system again, but you're mainly just a setter with a lot of young players.
Yeah.
We saw what happened tonight. We've seen some of the matches. How much is that as youth and you guys still trying to get to know one another on the floor?
Yeah, I mean, the girls are doing great. We're definitely just still working on things, connecting with hitters and just finding our just flow of coming out strong and keeping it steady. At times it's most of the time it's really up and down, but definitely having a lot of new girls. I think just implementing the culture that we've been trying to build since Coach Rob has been here has been going very good. They've been working hard, and that's all we can really ask for. And every day is, I would say, it's a work in progress, yeah.
So here you are, the lone returning starter, and you get all these new people coming in like you're sharing. How do you feel coming in? Like, what were your expectations? It must have been like almost like the fear of the unknown.
Yeah, well, I've definitely played with a lot of these girls in club, Jolie and Brooke, and I definitely was aware of, the new girls and what they were capable of. So it was more of just excitement and just getting them caught up of the work ethic that Coach Rob has been trying to build.
How difficult is it for you now, sort of coming off the bench almost at times and having to set for 3 rotations, then go back up? Do you feel, is it difficult in the flow of the game? Do you feel like sometimes it's a little more difficult to sort of get back into it every time you come back out and then come back out? How much does that affect you?
Yeah, definitely. Well, in the beginning, it's been like a work in progress for me, definitely just more of a confidence thing. But me and Bailey, we have a good relationship. We definitely talk about just like what we see within ourselves with the connection with hitters, and just like really elevating each other and just speaking positive words to each other, because she came from a great program, Utah, playing all around, and just trusting each other and just accepting the new role that we have. And it's been really fun, and we've been really enjoying seeing the girls, the team perform.
And I'm sure you're having fun. You're unbeaten, you're 8-0, but where are you at right now to where you think this team can be? Where are you guys at right now?
We're definitely not close to what we know we are capable of. Definitely just playing teams that are similar to the teams that we play in Big West, and just making sure that we do take care of business and, play hard and try to beat them in 3. So I think we just really need to take the opportunity when we have those moments to really be in the moment and play point for point, and it'll be better. So keep watching.
So when you go back there to jump serve, I have a question for you. Is it a free-for-all? Can you serve wherever you want? Are they still calling locations for you to go after?
That's so funny you asked that, because, recently I've just stopped looking at Kaleo just because he's giving me a little anxiety. But definitely my flow right now is just going back there and ripping it. But it can be different from next week. I can probably look at Kaleo for some comfort and where to serve. But definitely it's just something I've been working on, and
Grip it and rip it. It's working.
Grip it.
It is. You're leading the team in aces, and when you go back there, you're bombing balls.
Oh, yeah, I try to get an ace.
One of the biggest things that we've seen with this new offense, obviously with 4 hitters at all times on the pins, but is the incorporation of the back row and how often you guys are running, the different A, B, C. I think you guys call it pink, and
red,
whatever. There's all these colors of the rainbow. But how long did it take for you guys? Was that something that you guys thought about coming into the season, that, all right, we're going to make an effort to integrate this, or is it more still of a bailout thing? Or is it more of, it's part of the offense? If it's a 3-pass, we're still going to run that?
No, it's definitely a part of the offense. That's why we don't really have the libero in at the moment. But it's something that I think our team is still working on just seeing the vision that Coach Rob has for the team, and just seeing how well it'll work if we put the effort into it. Because definitely if you see pass and then 5 people trying to hit the ball, like, everyone would be thrown off, So I think it's just a thing for our team to just get that through our head. Like, if we really do put in the effort, then Coach Rob's vision is going to be awesome, and we will be doing way better than what we're doing now.
Well, hopefully you'll explain tomorrow night to everybody how big Hawaii versus UCLA is.
Oh my
We
God.
look forward to an excellent match.
Yes.
Hopefully 9-0 after tomorrow night. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Our very special guest here in the corner, Noreen Yosia, the lone returner and the veteran on this very young Rainbow Wahine staff, our squad. All right, that'll wrap things up for us this evening. Special thanks to our terrific Spectrum Sports crew. For Noreen, for Ryan, for Lisa, I'm Scott. Till tomorrow night, we bid you aloha and a good evening from the Stan Sheriff Center in Manila.